At 88 years old, Dyan Cannon has once again managed to stir up Hollywood. The celebrated actress recently revealed that she still enjoys the company of multiple friends with benefits and regularly goes out on dates. That admission alone turned heads. But the bigger shock came in 2025 when she was stopped by the Secret Service after they discovered she had lied about her age on her passport. Instead of writing her true birth year, 1937, she listed 1950. Later, she admitted she had done it out of vanity and a desire to feel younger. She ended up being questioned for 45 minutes before being released, and the incident quickly went viral. Fans and critics alike began to wonder, what other surprises has Dyan Cannon kept tucked away? She was born Samil Dyan Friesen on January 4, 1937 in Tacoma, Washington. Her upbringing was a mix of hardship and hope. Her mother, Claire Portnoy, was a Jewish immigrant from Ukraine who had escaped horrific violence, while her father, Ben Friesen, was a Mennonite from Canada who worked as a life insurance salesman. Money was scarce, but family ties were strong. Still, her mother carried deep scars, having lost her grandmother during the Russian Revolution. And that grief was something Dyan grew up feeling in the background of her home. Life wasn't easy for young Dyan. With darker features and her Jewish heritage, she was singled out and bullied by classmates who teased her relentlessly. But she also had a spark that nothing could dim. By 5 years old, she was already performing in local plays. Her mother stitching costumes by hand, her father supporting her as best he could. She also had to contend with a stutter, which made speaking in class excruciating. When she stumbled, other kids laughed. Instead of letting it defeat her, she practiced diligently, reciting tongue twisters and breathing exercises night after night. She even took voice lessons that cost just $2 a session, determined to strengthen her voice. Her persistence soon paid off. At 13, she won the Miss West Seattle Beauty Contest in 1950. The prize was modest, just a rhinestone crown and a small cash award, but to her, it was proof she was on the right path. Soon she landed modeling jobs with Sears, earning $5 an hour, money she immediately put into tap dance lessons. She practiced daily, even as critics told her she wasn't Hollywood blonde enough. By 1951, she was a student at West Seattle High School, where she joined the drama club and quickly stole the spotlight. She performed in Our Town, won Best Actress 3 years running, and even directed productions herself. When she graduated in 1955 with a 3.2 GPA, she knew her future would be bigger than her hometown. At 20, she headed for Los Angeles with just $100 in her pocket. Reinventing herself as Dyan Cannon, she survived on meager wages, working as a department store model for $75 a week, while juggling endless auditions. Often she slept on relatives' couches, and at times she could only afford one meal a day. To hone her craft, she studied under Sanford Meisner, paying $10 a week, and repeatedly turned down roles that portrayed women as nothing more than stereotypes. Her earliest breaks came in 1958, when she appeared in uncredited TV roles. By 1959, she was landing small parts in shows like Bat Masterson and Wanted, Dead or Alive. Then, in 1960, at just 23, she secured her first major film role in The Rise and Fall of Legs Diamond. The film grossed over $1 million, but her path was still rough. Offers poured in, many with $5,000 paychecks attached, but she refused them if they meant playing demeaning characters. Her true breakthrough came in 1969 with Bob and Carol and Ted and Alice. At 32, she dazzled audiences in the provocative comedy drama that explored marriage, love, and therapy. The movie earned $30 million at the box office and brought her an Oscar nomination. That same year, though, her personal life unraveled. In 1965, she had married Cary Grant, despite their 33-year age gap. Their daughter, Jennifer, was born in 1966, but the marriage quickly deteriorated. By 1968, it ended in divorce, with Dyan revealing in court how controlling and experimental Cary had become, even pushing LSD therapy. The court ordered him to pay $50,000 annually in support. The 1970s cemented her reputation as a bold and versatile actress. She took on roles in The Love Machine, Such Good Friends, and The Burglars. In 1978, she starred in Heaven Can Wait, one of her defining performances. On a budget of just $6 million, the film earned nearly $99 million, and Dyan received yet another Oscar nomination. But she wasn't only making history on screen. In 1976, she wrote, directed, produced, and even scored a daring short film titled Number One. The story's raw honesty about childhood and sexuality made it controversial, but it also made her the first woman ever nominated at the Academy Awards for both acting and producing. The 1980s and 1990s showcased her fearless evolution. She earned praise for her work in the miniseries Master of the Game, brought humor and boldness to her role on Ally McBeal, and bared her soul in The End of Innocence, a deeply personal film inspired by her struggles with depression and psychiatric care. Yet behind the spotlight, her personal life was still complicated. She dealt with stalkers, serious health challenges, and a bitter divorce from real estate investor Stanley Finberg in 1991, during which she demanded $100,000 a month in support. Even so, Dyan kept reinventing herself. Through the 2000s and 2010s, she took on TV movies, dramas, and even voiced a satirical version of herself on The Simpsons in 2019, poking fun at her image. By then, she had also embraced Christianity, finding comfort in faith and helping other women navigate their own struggles. Her courage remained intact well into her 80s. In 2021, she appeared on The Rookie as an older actress, blackmailed with nude photos, echoing very real issues in Hollywood. Then, in 2024, she launched God's Table Hollywood, a podcast blending behind-the-scenes Hollywood stories with her faith. By 2025, the show had already crossed 50,000 downloads, and then came the now famous passport scandal. Caught listing 1950 instead of 1937 as her birth year, she brushed it off later with humor, posting on Instagram, "Vanity is my middle name." But beneath the joke was a sobering truth. Women over 50 still receive 60% fewer roles in Hollywood. From a bullied little girl in Tacoma with a stutter to a Golden Globe-winning actress, director, and pioneer, Dyan Cannon's journey has been one of resilience, reinvention, and relentless courage. Now, at 88, she stands as proof that age is just a number, and her story is far from over.